Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to introduce you to the newest member of our fleet, the Crown Vic P71 Police Interceptor. Bought sight unseen from a government auction. And to be quite honest, I think it was a good purchase. Probably one of the better. It has some horrible tint, and it's not really tint, it's more of a clear, probably a ceramic coating to cut down on the heat in the car. Looking at the photos before I bought it, I thought that it was not a vehicle that was used on the road other than for detective work and what have you. But I'm not sure, because it did have radio mounts in the car. I don't know if there was a siren installed or not. But as I have it right now, it's a strong running car. The only thing I've done so far, I haven't even washed it or cleaned the inside yet. So let's take a look around it first. Let's see what we've got. I have only put a can of Berryman's in it, and that was with a quarter tank of fuel. I put the can in, and then I ran it around till the low fuel light came on, and then filled it up with some 93 octane. It runs strong. Starts up first turn of the key. It's been well maintained. I actually got the service history on it. This is a 4.6 liter, which came in all the P71s. All I have done is just wiped it down a little bit on the inside because it was filthy. I was going to do the first start with you guys. Well, yeah, I was going to, but my camera died as I was doing it, and so we're going to do like a second or third start together. But I checked the oil, and the oil is full and clean. You know, it has been maintained. And of course, you can't determine that by one check of the oil, but it's good. It's good. Coolant level is great. Let's see. Can I open this now? It's hissing at me a little bit, so I'm going to say no. I don't want to open that up. I did open it up before I started it for the first time. The coolant level was good and it looked nice and clean. The engine itself is horribly dirty. The car itself is horribly dirty, sitting under the trees. I think this thing sat for about a year before I got it. It was dusty and dirty. And what I did do is I took tint off on here because I couldn't even see the rear view mirrors. It was so, well, you can see it on this one. You can see, I think it'll come out on the camera. Let's see. Maybe that's better. It's just all rippled and sort of semi coming off, and you couldn't really see through it. So I yanked that off of the front windows, cleaned the windshield really good, wiped this down a little bit. Yeah, I think this was a really good purchase. It does have the limited slip differential. What's going to happen now is these Crown Vics were infamous for peeling in this area. Not quite sure why, but back in the day, that's what ours would do. It's got some peeling paint here. It does not appear that it's been repainted. So what I'm going to do is take the peeling bits off, sand it down a little bit, put some self-etching primer on it, and call it good. That'll be just to keep the rust from coming up. And then if I sell it, whoever gets it can decide whether or not they want to paint it or leave it as is. You know, it's only got 100,000 miles on it. It's in really good shape. This is a P-71 police interceptor with a civilian interior, and it is comfortable. The AC works. Brakes are fine. It stops straight. Tires are great. I mean, it's been a really, really pleasant surprise with this car, other than the peeling paint, which I didn't really notice on the photos. And I think this thing's going to take a little bit of work getting clean because it's been sitting under trees. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to do some sanding, do some painting, and then wash it real good, and then clean the interior. And we'll come back when all that is either in process or done. As you can see here, I mean, look, this is horrible. Horrible. I need to get all that out of there. These leaves will get into stuff and they don't disintegrate. They just dry up and stay there. And then they absorb water and then they cause rust. And these just all need to come out before I wash it. So that's what I will do. Get a screwdriver or something and just run through there and get all the leaves out. There was a whole bunch under the hood. I used the Milwaukee blower and just blew them all out. Anyway, we'll come back. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But I'm going to get started doing some work on this thing. We'll come back and see how it progresses. All right, guys. Well, before you start blowing up the internet because I did this half-baked touch-up, here's my thoughts on it. It's a cheap car. I'm not going to paint the whole thing, but I don't want it to rust. So here's what I did. Is I took some 320, sanded up the rust spots, masked it off, and when the paint came off with the tape, I just, with some self-etching primer, I sanded it down a little bit, tried to feather out the edges a little bit, and put some self-etching primer on there. Why? So it doesn't rust. That's all. It's a cheap car, inexpensive car that I don't want to just leave alone and let it become a rust bucket. So I just touched up those spots. As you can see, maybe not because of the light. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff to be taken off of this car as far as washing it goes. I took off the terrible tint off of the front windows, and when you peel the tint off, the glue gets left behind. I thought, oh man, I'm going to have to scrub the heck out of that glue. Nope. You'll never guess what I used to take that glue off, and it just wiped off. Spray away, window cleaner. Sprayed it on, wiped it off, found a couple spots that were a little thicker than others, used the scraper, knocked them down, sprayed it again, wiped it off. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't be more pleased with that. I may or may not come along and do those windows because I don't need to. I'm probably going to sell it, and it's a lot of work. Peeling the stuff off is a lot of work. If you can get a good chunk in your hands and peel it down, yeah, well, good luck. Anywho's, so that's that. The primer job is done. I'm going to prepare for all my stuff for washing. I'm going to try using the Sam's Club degreaser and see if it takes off that film that's on there from the trees. My guess is that it will, and we will come back after I've washed it and take a look at this beast again. Well, there we go. She's had a bath. The beast is clean. And I gotta tell you, the reason I bought this thing is because I wanted to join the P71 autocross club and turn this into a race car. I'm not gonna do that with this one because it is in far too better shape to do that with. I can get a cheaper car that's not as in good a shape, put a little bit of work into it. I think this one's going to be going up on the market. Try and get it sold. Put that money towards an old beater with a heater. This one actually has AC that works. Everything works on it. It's great. I really like it. It rides great. It's got power. And this stuff here, this is magnificent stuff to use for cleaning, detailing. I put the Sam's Club degreaser in the bucket, just a couple ounces, half a bucket of water. And that stuff, that's just from doing the door jams. That's black. That's just from the door jams. Yeah, the car was dirty, but that stuff cleans really well. So now the interior needs a good cleaning. That's for another day, maybe later today, I don't know. But there we are, nice and clean. The rust areas have been treated, or the paint peeling areas have been treated so that the rust doesn't get to them. And that's it. That's what we're gonna do today. I appreciate you guys watching, coming back, checking out the channel. It means a lot. Please like, share, subscribe. Makes a big difference. I thank you very much. We'll see you again real soon on the next one. All right, let's take a look at the interior of this thing. It has cruise control. That's pretty unique for a P71. It's got gauges instead of dummy lights. You got your volts, your fuel, temperature, and oil pressure. 101,000 miles. Has a radio, stock radio with the cassette, but I think they've disconnected that because it doesn't turn on. I have not cleaned the inside yet, but I just finished doing the outside. This works. Cup holders, they probably need to be cleaned or something. I don't know, how do those work? I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. You got to pull that out like that, and then they work. Very cool. I need to clean that. And you got your angulated power cord thing there. Very nice. The carpet leaves a little bit to be desired, but my guess is it has never, ever been cleaned. I went through 3 buckets of water today, just cleaning the outside and the door jambs. And let me tell you, it was dark, very dark. But look, it came out pretty good. The windows turned out good with having that peeling tint taken off, which I did rather than paying somebody $100 to do it. There's a savings right there. Do it yourself, fellas. It has a couple little things here. They definitely had something screwed in there, and I don't know why they took this warning light out, and I'm trying to remember what goes there. If you guys know what used to be here, maybe it was the seatbelt light. I'm not sure. Or maybe the passenger airbag light. I don't remember. But the door cards are clean. The windows are clean. The door jambs are clean. Seats and floors need some work, fellas. Seats and floors need some work. So let's start it up. What do you think? And in typical fashion with these Crown Vics, they do tend to high idle for a few seconds, and then they come right down. Let's take a look under the hood. I know we checked the oil earlier, but I just want you to listen to this, because I actually find it pretty remarkable how nice and clean this engine is. I'm sorry, how clean it is now that I've cleaned it, but it's still filthy. All right, I don't like spraying engines down, so I just wiped down what I could. There was a lot of stuff under there, but let me tell you, this thing, listen. Not a tick. It runs great.